In the bustling life of a young professional living in New York City, the question often arises, how do we navigate the complex web of our relationships? The friendships, family ties, and partnerships we cultivate can significantly impact our personal growth and happiness. Yet, many of us find ourselves at a crossroads, clinging to connections that once brought us joy but now feel more like burdens. Perhaps you've experienced that nagging feeling that a particular relationship is holding you back from becoming your best self. This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism comes into play, offering profound insights that resonate even in today's fast-paced world. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living with intention and purpose, particularly when it comes to the people we allow into our lives. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most celebrated Stoic philosophers, reminds us that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This wisdom extends to our relationships. If we surround ourselves with individuals who do not uplift us or align with our values, we may find ourselves trapped in negativity and self-doubt. Imagine a scenario where you have a friend who constantly undermines your ambitions. Every time you share your dreams, they respond with skepticism, planting seeds of doubt in your mind. This relationship, once characterized by laughter and camaraderie, has now become a source of stress and anxiety. It's essential to recognize these dynamics and understand that relationships can evolve. The Stoics believed in the necessity of self-reflection and the courage to make tough decisions. Sometimes this means letting go of those who do not support our journey. As we delve deeper into the heart of Stoic wisdom regarding relationships, we will explore specific signs indicating that it may be time to reassess your connections. Are you feeling drained instead of energized after spending time with certain individuals? Are your relationships more about obligation than genuine connection? By asking ourselves these critical questions, we can uncover the truth about our interactions and their impact on our lives. Seneca, another prominent Stoic thinker, asserted, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This insight challenges us to confront the fears and anxieties we may hold about ending a relationship. Often, we cling to the familiarity of unhealthy connections out of fear of the unknown. However, embracing the Stoic practice of rational thought allows us to weigh the potential benefits of letting go against the discomfort of change. In this exploration, we will also discuss practical steps to identify relationships that stifle our growth and offer actionable advice on how to cultivate connections that enrich our lives. Stoicism encourages us to curate our circle intentionally, surrounding ourselves with those who inspire and support our personal development. By the end of this journey, you will not only gain clarity on the relationships in your life, but also the resilience to make choices that align with your highest values. Join me as we embark on this enlightening journey, guided by the timeless teachings of Stoicism, and discover how to foster relationships that empower us to thrive. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, you have the power to change your life. Let's take that power into our hands as we navigate the art of relationships together. 1. Recognizing growth-stifling relationships. In the journey of self-improvement, one of the most critical aspects is understanding the influence of our relationships. Relationships can either propel us toward our goals or act as anchors, holding us back from reaching our full potential. The Stoics recognized this dynamic and emphasized the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who support our growth and well-being. As you navigate your personal and professional life, it's essential to identify relationships that may stifle your progress, allowing you to make informed decisions about who to keep in your life. Understanding growth-stifling relationships. A growth-stifling relationship is one that drains your energy, diminishes your self-esteem, or discourages your ambitions. These relationships often manifest through negative interactions, lack of support, or even outright sabotage. For example, consider a colleague who constantly belittles your ideas in meetings. Instead of fostering a collaborative environment, this person's behavior undermines your confidence and creativity. Such dynamics can lead to a toxic atmosphere where innovation and enthusiasm are stifled. The Stoic philosopher Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This wisdom underscores the importance of deliberate choice in our relationships. If you find yourself surrounded by individuals who do not inspire you, it may be time to reassess those connections. The first step in this process is self-reflection. Ask yourself, are these relationships helping me grow, or are they holding me back? Signs of growth-stifling relationships. Recognizing growth-stifling relationships involves being attuned to specific signs. Here are some indicators to consider. Chronic negativity. If you consistently feel drained after interacting with someone, this is a significant red flag. Relationships should uplift you, not leave you feeling exhausted. For instance, if a friend constantly shares pessimistic views about your aspirations or life in general, it might be time to reevaluate their role in your life. Lack of support. Genuine relationships are built on mutual encouragement. If someone does not celebrate your successes or support your goals, they may not have your best interests at heart. Imagine sharing a promotion at work with a friend, only to be met with indifference or jealousy. This lack of support can hinder your motivation and self-worth. Consistent criticism. While constructive feedback is vital for growth, constant criticism can be demoralizing. If you find that a particular relationship is characterized more by criticism than encouragement, it may be time to reconsider its value. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Rather than retaliating against criticism, focus on surrounding yourself with those who uplift you. Manipulation and control. Relationships should be based on mutual respect and autonomy. If you feel like you are being manipulated or controlled by someone, this is a clear indication of an unhealthy dynamic. Epictetus emphasized the importance of self-mastery, stating, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If someone else dictates your choices or undermines your autonomy, it's crucial to recognize this as a warning sign. Stagnation. If you find that a relationship has not evolved over time and is keeping you in a state of stagnation, you might be dealing with a growth-stifling connection. Relationships should challenge you to grow and change, not keep you stuck in a rut. Reflect on whether this relationship allows for personal development or simply maintains the status quo. The role of self-reflection. Self-reflection is an essential tool in identifying growth-stifling relationships. Take time to evaluate your interactions and assess how they affect your emotional and mental well-being. Journaling can be a powerful practice for this purpose. Write down your thoughts and feelings about specific relationships and notice patterns that emerge. Are there consistent themes of negativity or support? This practice can help you gain clarity and insight into which relationships are serving you and which are not. As you engage in self-reflection, it's also essential to consider the motivations behind your desire to maintain certain relationships. Are you holding on out of fear, obligation, or loyalty? Seneca reminds us we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Often, we fear the unknown more than the reality of a difficult relationship. Recognizing these fears can empower you to make decisions that align with your best interests. Taking action, setting boundaries. Once you have identified growth-stifling relationships, the next step is to take action. Setting boundaries is a crucial aspect of maintaining healthy relationships. Boundaries communicate your needs and establish the parameters for how you wish to be treated. For example, if a family member frequently criticizes your life choices, it's essential to have an open conversation about how their comments affect you. You might say, "I appreciate your concern, but I need your support instead of criticism." This approach sets a clear expectation for the relationship moving forward. Additionally, it's important to recognize that setting boundaries can be challenging, especially with those we care about. However, as Marcus Aurelius noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This statement highlights the importance of taking control over your reactions and decisions. By establishing firm boundaries, you assert your right to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. The courage to let go. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, growth-stifling relationships cannot be salvaged. In such cases, it may be necessary to let go. The Stoics understood that not every relationship is meant to endure every season of our lives. As you contemplate this decision, remember that letting go is not an act of failure. Rather, it is an act of self-respect and self-care. Reflect on the wisdom of Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The decision to distance yourself from toxic relationships empowers you to reclaim your time, energy, and focus on nurturing connections that contribute positively to your life. Recognizing growth-stifling relationships is an essential step in your journey toward personal development and fulfillment. By engaging in self-reflection, identifying the signs of toxic dynamics, and setting healthy boundaries, you can cultivate a life enriched by supportive and uplifting connections. Remember, as the Stoics taught us, the quality of our lives is profoundly influenced by the quality of our relationships. Choose wisely and surround yourself with those who inspire you to grow and thrive. 2. Navigating negative emotions with Stoic wisdom. As we journey through our lives, we inevitably encounter a range of emotions, from joy and excitement to frustration and anger. In relationships, negative emotions can significantly affect how we interact with others and how we perceive our connections. The Stoics emphasize the importance of managing emotions, particularly the negative ones, to maintain inner peace and foster healthy relationships. By applying Stoic principles, we can navigate the emotional challenges that arise in relationships and cultivate a more balanced perspective. Understanding negative emotions. Negative emotions, such as jealousy, anger, and resentment, often emerge in our interactions with others. For instance, you might feel envy when a colleague receives a promotion you were hoping for, or frustration when a close friend fails to support you during a challenging time. These emotions are natural responses to perceived threats or disappointments, but they can cloud our judgment and lead to unhealthy dynamics if left unchecked. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously stated, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind." This quote serves as a reminder that our thoughts significantly influence our emotions. If we dwell on negative experiences or allow our minds to spiral into destructive thoughts, we may find ourselves reacting defensively or with hostility in our relationships. Acknowledging this dynamic is the first step toward managing negative emotions effectively. Recognizing the triggers. To navigate negative emotions, it's crucial to recognize what triggers these feelings. Triggers can vary from person to person and often stem from past experiences, insecurities, or unmet expectations. For example, if you find yourself feeling angry when a friend cancels plans, it may reveal deeper feelings of abandonment or inadequacy that need to be addressed. Taking the time to identify your emotional triggers can provide valuable insights into your behavior and reactions. Journaling can be an effective tool for this process. Write about specific interactions that evoke strong emotions and analyze the underlying reasons for your feelings. This level of self-awareness aligns with the Stoic practice of reflection, where individuals examine their thoughts and actions to foster personal growth. The Stoic approach to emotions. The Stoics believed that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. This principle is particularly relevant when dealing with negative emotions. For instance, when faced with feelings of jealousy, instead of allowing them to fester, consider asking yourself why you feel this way. Is it due to a fear of inadequacy? Are you comparing yourself to others in a way that undermines your self-worth? In moments of anger, think of Epictetus's teaching, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you find yourself feeling angry about a situation, pause and take a step back. Breathe deeply and reflect on the situation. Ask yourself if your anger is justified and whether it will lead to constructive outcomes. Often, we discover that our reactions are disproportionate or misdirected, and recognizing this can help us respond more calmly and rationally. Reframing negative thoughts. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the practice of reframing negative thoughts. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, consider them opportunities for growth. For instance, if you're feeling frustrated with a colleague's behavior, reframe the situation by asking yourself what you can learn from it. How might this experience help you develop patience or improve your communication skills? A practical example might involve a friend who frequently interrupts you during conversations. Instead of feeling annoyed, approach the situation with curiosity. You could think, "This is an opportunity for me to practice assertiveness in expressing my needs." By reframing your perspective, you not only alleviate negative emotions but also empower yourself to take positive action. The power of mindfulness. Mindfulness, a practice rooted in Stoic philosophy, can significantly aid in managing negative emotions. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When negative emotions arise, take a moment to pause and breathe. Acknowledge your feelings without suppressing them. This awareness allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. For instance, if you find yourself feeling anxious before a social gathering, take a few moments to ground yourself. Focus on your breath, observe your surroundings, and remind yourself that it's okay to feel nervous. By practicing mindfulness, you create space between your emotions and your reactions, enabling you to engage in relationships more authentically. Communicating with clarity. Effective communication is vital for navigating negative emotions in relationships. When strong emotions arise, it's essential to communicate your feelings clearly and respectfully. For example, if you're feeling hurt by a partner's comment, rather than lashing out in anger, express your feelings calmly. You might say, "When you said that, it made me feel undervalued. Can we talk about it?" This approach not only fosters understanding but also aligns with the Stoic principle of using reason in our interactions. As Marcus Aurelius advised, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, "The people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." By preparing yourself for the challenges of daily interactions, you can maintain a sense of calm and clarity when emotions run high. Building resilience. Navigating negative emotions is an ongoing process that requires resilience. Building emotional resilience involves developing coping strategies that allow you to bounce back from setbacks or conflicts. The Stoics believed in the importance of practicing gratitude and focusing on the positive aspects of life, even in challenging situations. By cultivating a mindset of gratitude, you can counteract negative emotions and foster a more optimistic outlook. Consider keeping a gratitude journal where you reflect on the things you appreciate in your life and relationships. This practice can help shift your focus away from negativity and reinforce the positive connections you have. As Seneca wisely noted, a good character, when established, is the source of happiness. By nurturing positive attributes in yourself and your relationships, you create an environment conducive to emotional well-being, embracing growth through challenges. Finally, remember that navigating negative emotions is not about eliminating them entirely, but about learning to embrace and manage them. The Stoic perspective encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for growth. When faced with difficult emotions, ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I use this experience to become a better version of myself? By reframing challenges as opportunities for learning, you empower yourself to transform negative emotions into catalysts for personal growth. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful mindset shift enables you to approach relationships with greater resilience and understanding. In summary, navigating negative emotions through the lens of Stoic wisdom equips you with practical tools to foster healthier relationships. By recognizing triggers, reframing thoughts, practicing mindfulness, communicating effectively, and building resilience, you can transform emotional challenges into opportunities for growth. As you embark on this journey, remember that emotions are a natural part of the human experience. How you choose to manage them is where your true power lies. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and allow it to guide you in nurturing positive, uplifting relationships. 3. The dangers of manipulation and control. In any relationship, the dynamics of power and influence can significantly impact the emotional landscape. While healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect and support, manipulation and control can create toxic environments that stifle growth and foster resentment. Understanding these dynamics through the lens of Stoic philosophy can empower individuals to recognize and address unhealthy patterns, enabling them to cultivate relationships that honor their autonomy and well-being. Identifying manipulation and control. Manipulation is a subtle yet powerful form of influence that can manifest in various ways. It often involves one individual exerting pressure or coercion over another to achieve their personal goals, disregarding the latter's needs and desires. For example, a friend might constantly guilt you into attending events you would rather avoid, using phrases like, "If you really cared about our friendship, you would come." This tactic not only undermines your autonomy but also creates a sense of obligation that can erode your sense of self. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This quote emphasizes the importance of self-mastery and autonomy in our interactions. If you find that someone frequently disregards your preferences or pressures you into decisions, it's crucial to recognize this as a form of manipulation. By understanding the signs, you can take proactive steps to reclaim your power in the relationship. The impact of manipulation on self-esteem. Manipulation can have a profound impact on self-esteem and confidence. When individuals are subjected to consistent manipulation, they may begin to doubt their judgment and capabilities. For instance, a partner who frequently dismisses your opinions or belittles your choices can instill feelings of inadequacy, leading you to question your worth. Over time, this erosion of self-esteem can create a cycle of dependency where you feel reliant on the manipulator for validation. Marcus Aurelius wisely remarked, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Recognizing that your self-worth is not determined by another person's opinions is essential for breaking free from manipulative dynamics. By focusing on your internal values and beliefs, you empower yourself to stand firm against external pressures. Setting boundaries. Establishing clear boundaries is a vital step in countering manipulation and control in relationships. Boundaries communicate your limits and expectations, allowing others to understand how you wish to be treated. For instance, if a colleague frequently interrupts you during meetings, addressing the behavior directly can help set the tone for future interactions. You might say, "I appreciate your input, but I would like to finish my thoughts before we discuss them." This assertive communication not only reinforces your boundaries but also encourages a more respectful dialogue. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-respect and integrity. Seneca noted, "Respect yourself if you wish to be respected." By establishing boundaries, you demonstrate self-respect, which in turn encourages others to treat you with the dignity you deserve. It's essential to remember that setting boundaries is not a selfish act. Rather, it is a necessary step toward fostering healthy relationships. The role of assertiveness. Assertiveness is a powerful tool in combating manipulation and control. Being assertive means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and honestly while respecting others. This approach allows you to advocate for yourself without resorting to aggression or passivity. For example, if a friend continually makes plans without consulting you, you might assertively say, "I enjoy spending time with you, but I'd prefer that we discuss our plans together so that we both feel included." Epictetus reminds us it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. This quote highlights the importance of humility and openness in our interactions. When you assert your needs, you create an opportunity for growth in the relationship. By encouraging open communication, you invite others to engage in a more respectful and equitable dynamic. Recognizing control tactics. Manipulation often involves a variety of control tactics that can be difficult to recognize. These may include guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or using emotional appeals to sway decisions. For instance, gaslighting occurs when someone denies your reality or dismisses your feelings, leading you to doubt your perceptions. A partner who insists that your memories of an argument are incorrect is engaging in gaslighting, which can profoundly undermine your confidence and sense of agency. Understanding these tactics is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being. As Marcus Aurelius advised, you must build your life on what is most essential. By identifying control tactics, you can focus on what truly matters, your autonomy and mental health. Recognize that you have the power to disengage from manipulative behaviors and prioritize relationships that honor your reality. Cultivating healthy relationships. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who contribute positively to our lives. Healthy relationships are characterized by mutual respect, support, and understanding. When you cultivate connections with those who uplift you, you create an environment that fosters growth and resilience. Consider the example of a colleague who celebrates your achievements and encourages your professional development. This type of supportive dynamic not only enhances your confidence but also reinforces your commitment to personal growth. As you navigate your relationships, ask yourself, are the people in my life contributing positively to my journey? The courage to let go. Recognizing manipulation and control in relationships may lead to difficult decisions about whether to maintain or sever ties. Sometimes, the healthiest choice is to distance yourself from individuals who do not respect your autonomy or well-being. The Stoics understood that not every relationship is meant to last. Epictetus stated, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Letting go of toxic relationships may be challenging, particularly if they have been long-standing connections. However, prioritizing your mental and emotional health often requires courage and self-awareness. By embracing the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, your choices and your reactions, you empower yourself to make decisions that align with your values and aspirations. Embracing your autonomy. Ultimately, navigating the dangers of manipulation and control in relationships is about reclaiming your autonomy. Embrace the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, and justice as you assess your connections. Remember that you have the power to determine who deserves a place in your life and to advocate for your needs and boundaries. As you move forward, practice self-compassion and acknowledge that it's okay to prioritize your well-being. By fostering relationships that honor your autonomy and support your growth, you create a foundation for a more fulfilling and empowered life. In summary, recognizing and addressing manipulation and control in relationships is essential for maintaining your emotional well-being. By identifying these dynamics, setting boundaries, and cultivating assertiveness, you empower yourself to navigate the complexities of interpersonal connections. Through the lens of Stoic wisdom, you can foster relationships that uplift and inspire, ultimately leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. 4. Identifying harmful relationship dynamics. In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, not all connections are beneficial. Some dynamics can be harmful, leading to emotional distress, anxiety, and even a sense of isolation. Identifying these harmful relationship dynamics is crucial for personal well-being and growth. The Stoics taught that our relationships should enhance our lives, not diminish them. By understanding the characteristics of harmful relationships, we can take proactive steps to protect ourselves and cultivate healthier connections. Recognizing the signs of harmful dynamics. Identifying harmful relationship dynamics begins with awareness. Here are some key indicators that may signal a toxic connection. Consistent drama and conflict. If you find that interactions with a particular person are characterized by ongoing drama, arguments, or misunderstandings, this is a red flag. For example, if a friend often brings up past grievances during discussions, it can create a toxic cycle of conflict that erodes trust and goodwill. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. Staying above the fray and recognizing when a relationship is filled with unnecessary conflict is essential for maintaining your peace. Feeling drained after interactions. Healthy relationships should energize and uplift you. If you consistently feel exhausted, anxious, or frustrated after spending time with someone, it's time to evaluate that connection. For instance, consider a colleague who incessantly complains about work without offering solutions. After every interaction, you may leave feeling demoralized rather than motivated. This draining dynamic can hinder your productivity and overall happiness. One-sided efforts. A relationship should be reciprocal, with both parties contributing to its success. If you feel like you are always the one making an effort, whether it's initiating plans, providing emotional support, or compromising, you may be in a one-sided relationship. For example, if a friend rarely reaches out unless they need something, this imbalance can lead to feelings of resentment and neglect. The Stoic philosopher Seneca emphasized the importance of mutual support, stating, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Recognizing this imbalance can help you address it before it becomes a deeper issue. Manipulation and guilt tripping. As discussed in the previous section, manipulation is a significant indicator of a harmful dynamic. If someone consistently uses guilt to influence your decisions, it's a sign of control. For example, a family member who constantly reminds you of sacrifices they've made for you may be trying to manipulate your actions. The Stoics teach us to be mindful of our autonomy. We should never feel obligated to comply with demands that compromise our values or well-being. Lack of respect. Respect is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. If you find that someone frequently belittles your opinions, dismisses your feelings, or violates your boundaries, this lack of respect is a clear indicator of a harmful dynamic. For instance, if a partner consistently interrupts or mocks you during conversations, it not only undermines your self-esteem but also creates an environment of distrust. Remember what Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Recognizing disrespect is the first step toward fostering healthier relationships. The impact of harmful dynamics on well-being. The effects of harmful relationship dynamics can extend beyond emotional distress. They can lead to anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. Prolonged exposure to negative interactions can create a toxic atmosphere that affects various aspects of your life, including work performance and overall happiness. For example, consider an individual who feels trapped in a toxic friendship. This person may experience heightened anxiety when anticipating interactions with their friend, leading to avoidance behaviors and social withdrawal. The Stoics emphasized the importance of cultivating a tranquil mind. As Marcus Aurelius stated, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Recognizing the impact of harmful dynamics is vital for reclaiming your mental and emotional health. The power of self-reflection. Self-reflection is a crucial tool for identifying harmful dynamics. Take time to evaluate your relationships and how they affect your emotional well-being. Journaling can be an effective practice for this purpose. Write down your thoughts and feelings about specific relationships and review patterns that emerge. Are there consistent themes of negativity or support? Engaging in self-reflection aligns with the Stoic practice of examining one's thoughts and actions to foster personal growth. In moments of uncertainty, consider asking yourself probing questions. How do I feel after interacting with this person? Do I feel valued and respected in this relationship? Are my needs being met, or do I often feel neglected? These questions can provide clarity and help you identify relationships that may be harmful. Setting boundaries and communicating needs. Once you have identified harmful dynamics, it's essential to take action. Setting boundaries is a crucial step in protecting your emotional well-being. Boundaries communicate your limits and expectations, allowing others to understand how you wish to be treated. For example, if a friend frequently belittles your achievements, you might say, "I appreciate your feedback, but I need encouragement, not criticism." This assertive communication not only reinforces your boundaries but also encourages a more respectful dialogue. Effective communication is fundamental in addressing harmful dynamics. The Stoics believed in the importance of clear and honest communication. As Seneca advised, we can't control the actions of others, but we can control our reactions. By expressing your feelings and needs openly, you create an opportunity for growth in the relationship. The courage to walk away. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, harmful dynamics cannot be salvaged. In such cases, it may be necessary to distance yourself from individuals who do not respect your autonomy or well-being. The Stoics understood that not every relationship is meant to endure. As Epictetus stated, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Letting go of toxic relationships may be challenging, particularly if they have been long-standing connections. However, prioritizing your mental and emotional health often requires courage and self-awareness. By embracing the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, your choices and your reactions, you empower yourself to make decisions that align with your values and aspirations. Embracing growth through healthy connections. Ultimately, identifying harmful relationship dynamics is about reclaiming your power and cultivating healthier connections. Surrounding yourself with individuals who support your growth and well-being is essential for fostering a positive environment. The Stoic philosophers remind us of the importance of choosing companions wisely. As Marcus Aurelius advised, you are what you associate with. As you move forward, practice self-compassion and acknowledge that it's okay to prioritize your well-being. By fostering relationships that honor your autonomy and support your growth, you create a foundation for a more fulfilling and empowered life. In summary, recognizing and addressing harmful relationship dynamics is crucial for maintaining emotional well-being. By identifying the signs, engaging in self-reflection, and setting boundaries, you can protect yourself from toxic influences. Through the lens of Stoic wisdom, you can foster relationships that uplift and inspire, ultimately leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. 5. The foundation of mutual respect. In the landscape of human relationships, mutual respect serves as the bedrock for healthy and fulfilling connections. Without respect, relationships can quickly deteriorate into toxic dynamics characterized by resentment, misunderstanding, and emotional turmoil. The Stoics recognized the importance of respect in fostering meaningful relationships as it aligns with the fundamental principles of dignity, integrity, and virtue. In this section, we will explore the significance of mutual respect, how to cultivate it in relationships, and the consequences of its absence. Understanding mutual respect. Mutual respect involves recognizing and valuing each other's opinions, feelings, and boundaries. It is a reciprocal relationship where both parties honor one another's individuality and inherent worth. For example, in a workplace setting, mutual respect manifests when colleagues listen attentively to each other's ideas during meetings, even if they disagree. This environment encourages open dialogue and collaboration, fostering innovation and productivity. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." While this may seem pessimistic, it serves as a reminder to approach interactions with a level of understanding and patience. By acknowledging the potential for negative behaviors in others, we can cultivate a mindset that prioritizes respect and compassion in our relationships. The importance of mutual respect. Enhances communication. Mutual respect fosters open and honest communication. When individuals feel respected, they are more likely to share their thoughts and feelings candidly. For instance, in a romantic relationship, partners who respect each other are more inclined to discuss sensitive topics without fear of judgment or backlash. This open communication strengthens the bond between them and allows for deeper emotional intimacy. Builds trust. Trust is a fundamental component of any healthy relationship, and it is nurtured by mutual respect. When individuals consistently demonstrate respect for one another, it creates a safe space where both parties feel valued and secure. For example, a friend who respects your boundaries and honors your privacy fosters a trusting relationship, making it easier to confide in one another. Encourages growth. In a respectful relationship, both individuals are encouraged to grow and evolve. When one partner supports the other's ambitions and aspirations, it fosters a sense of empowerment. For example, in a mentoring relationship, a mentor who respects their mentee's goals will provide constructive feedback and encouragement, helping the mentee flourish in their personal and professional life. Seneca once said, "We are all more concerned about our reputation with the people we love than we are about our reputation with strangers." This highlights the importance of respect in nurturing lasting relationships that inspire growth. Promotes conflict resolution. Conflicts are inevitable in any relationship, but mutual respect makes it easier to navigate disagreements. When both parties approach conflicts with respect, they are more likely to listen actively and find common ground. For instance, in a disagreement between friends, respectful communication can lead to a productive discussion where both parties feel heard and valued, ultimately strengthening their bond. Cultivating mutual respect. To cultivate mutual respect, individuals must be intentional in their interactions. Here are some practical strategies to foster respect in your relationships. Practice active listening. One of the most powerful ways to show respect is to listen actively. This means giving your full attention to the speaker, validating their feelings, and responding thoughtfully. For example, during a conversation with a friend who is sharing a challenge, resist the urge to interrupt with your own experiences. Instead, focus on understanding their perspective and offering support. As Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This highlights the importance of prioritizing listening in our interactions. Acknowledge differences. Every individual has unique experiences, beliefs, and values. Acknowledging and respecting these differences is crucial for building healthy relationships. For instance, if a colleague has a different approach to problem solving, instead of dismissing their methods, consider discussing the merits of their perspective. This openness can lead to collaborative solutions and mutual respect. Set and honor boundaries. Establishing boundaries is essential for mutual respect. Communicate your limits clearly and be willing to honor the boundaries of others as well. For example, if a family member frequently makes unsolicited comments about your life choices, kindly express that you prefer to keep certain topics private. This respectful communication sets a precedent for how you wish to be treated. Show appreciation. Regularly expressing gratitude and appreciation can significantly enhance mutual respect. Acknowledge the efforts and contributions of others, whether it's a colleague who helped you with a project or a friend who supported you during a difficult time. Simple gestures of appreciation, such as saying thank you or offering compliments, can reinforce positive dynamics and foster respect. Model respectful behavior. Ultimately, respect must be modeled. Demonstrate respect in your interactions, and others are more likely to reciprocate. For example, if you consistently treat others with kindness and consideration, it sets a standard for how you expect to be treated in return. As Marcus Aurelius advised, if you seek good, you will find it. This principle applies to respect. By embodying respectful behavior, you create a culture of mutual respect. The consequences of disrespect. The absence of mutual respect can have severe consequences for relationships. Disrespect can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and emotional withdrawal. For instance, in a romantic relationship, a lack of respect may manifest as constant criticism or dismissiveness. Over time, this behavior can erode trust and intimacy, leading to a breakdown in communication and connection. Additionally, disrespect can create a toxic environment where individuals feel unsafe expressing their thoughts and feelings. This stifling atmosphere can lead to anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. As Seneca noted, a good character, when established, is the source of happiness. Without mutual respect, individuals may struggle to cultivate a positive sense of self and find fulfillment in their relationships. Rebuilding respect after a breach. If mutual respect has been compromised in a relationship, it is possible to rebuild it. The first step is acknowledging the breach and taking responsibility for one's actions. Open communication is essential in this process. For example, if you've unintentionally hurt a friend's feelings, expressing remorse and seeking to understand their perspective is crucial. This vulnerability can pave the way for healing and restoration. Furthermore, committing to change is vital for rebuilding respect. Demonstrate through your actions that you are willing to honor the other person's feelings and boundaries moving forward. This commitment signals that you value the relationship and are invested in restoring mutual respect. Embracing respectful relationships. In conclusion, mutual respect is foundational to healthy relationships. It enhances communication, builds trust, encourages growth, and fosters effective conflict resolution. By actively cultivating respect in your interactions, you can create meaningful connections that enrich your life and support your journey toward personal development. Remember the Stoic teachings of dignity and integrity as you navigate your relationships. By prioritizing mutual respect, you lay the groundwork for fulfilling and empowering connections that stand the test of time. As you reflect on the relationships in your life, consider how you can foster an environment of mutual respect. Embrace the Stoic principles of understanding, active listening, and gratitude, and witness the positive transformation in your connections. In doing so, you will not only enhance your relationships but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-worth and fulfillment. 6. Reality versus illusions in relationships. In our quest for connection and belonging, it can be all too easy to fall into the trap of illusions in relationships. These illusions often arise from our desires, expectations, and the narratives we create about the people in our lives. Understanding the difference between reality and illusion is crucial for cultivating healthy relationships that are rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. The Stoics teach us the importance of seeing things as they truly are rather than how we wish they would be. In this section, we will explore the dangers of illusions in relationships, how to recognize them, and strategies for embracing reality. The nature of illusions in relationships. Illusions in relationships can manifest in various ways through idealization, unrealistic expectations, or denial of negative behaviors. For example, consider a romantic relationship where one partner idealizes the other, perceiving them as perfect and overlooking their flaws. This idealization can lead to disappointment when reality inevitably clashes with these inflated perceptions. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. This quote highlights the need to question our perceptions and acknowledge the complexities of others. Another common illusion is the belief that love alone can resolve all issues. Individuals may cling to the notion that if they simply love their partner enough, the relationship will flourish, ignoring signs of incompatibility or toxic behavior. This mindset can lead to a cycle of denial and frustration as unresolved issues persist beneath the surface. The Stoics emphasize that love must be accompanied by wisdom and understanding. As Epictetus stated, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Recognizing the reality of a situation requires an honest assessment of both the positive and negative aspects of a relationship. Recognizing illusions. To navigate the complex landscape of relationships, it is essential to develop the ability to recognize illusions. Here are some key strategies to help you discern between reality and illusion. Self-reflection. Engage in regular self-reflection to examine your feelings and beliefs about your relationships. Consider journaling your thoughts to gain clarity. Ask yourself questions such as, what do I truly value in this relationship? Am I overlooking any negative behaviors or red flags? Are my expectations realistic, or are they based on idealized notions? By reflecting on your feelings and motivations, you can identify whether you are engaging with the reality of a relationship or being swayed by illusions. Seek feedback. Sometimes we can become too close to a situation to see it clearly. Seeking feedback from trusted friends or family members can provide invaluable insight. For example, if you're unsure about the dynamics of a friendship, consider discussing your feelings with a friend who knows both you and the other person. Their perspective may shed light on aspects you hadn't considered. Observe actions, not just words. People may say things that sound good or reassuring, but their actions often reveal the truth. Pay attention to whether someone's behavior aligns with their words. For instance, if a partner frequently promises to change but continues to engage in harmful behaviors, it may indicate an illusion that needs to be confronted. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. By focusing on actions rather than mere words, you can make more informed decisions about your relationships. Acknowledge your needs. Recognizing your own needs and desires is crucial for discerning reality from illusion. If you find yourself compromising your values or neglecting your own well-being to maintain a connection, it's essential to reassess that relationship. For example, if you continually put your partner's preferences ahead of your own, you may be living in an illusion that sacrifices your happiness for the sake of harmony. The Stoics remind us that self-care is not selfish, it is a necessity for a fulfilling life. The dangers of illusions. Illusions in relationships can have detrimental effects on emotional well-being. When we cling to unrealistic expectations or deny reality, we risk experiencing disappointment, frustration, and even heartbreak. For instance, a person who believes their partner will change their behavior simply because they love them may find themselves in a perpetual cycle of disappointment. This cycle can lead to feelings of inadequacy and resentment. Moreover, illusions can prevent individuals from addressing issues that require attention. By ignoring negative behaviors or dismissing red flags, people may become trapped in unhealthy dynamics. The Stoics teach us that facing reality, no matter how uncomfortable, is essential for personal growth and emotional resilience. As Epictetus wisely noted, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Recognizing the truth of a situation allows us to make informed decisions and take proactive steps toward improvement. Embracing reality. Embracing reality in relationships requires courage and vulnerability. It means acknowledging both the positive and negative aspects of a connection without glossing over the inconvenient truths. This process can be challenging as it often involves confronting uncomfortable feelings and making difficult decisions. Communicate openly. Honest communication is vital for addressing illusions in relationships. If you're feeling uncertain about a connection, express your feelings to the other person. For example, if you've noticed that your friend consistently cancels plans without explanation, consider discussing how this behavior affects your relationship. Open dialogue can lead to greater understanding and clarity. Set realistic expectations. While it's natural to desire deep connections, it's crucial to set realistic expectations. Understand that no relationship is perfect, and conflicts are a normal part of any connection. As Marcus Aurelius advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By managing your expectations and accepting the imperfections inherent in relationships, you can foster a healthier perspective. Cultivate mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness can enhance your ability to embrace reality. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. By cultivating mindfulness, you can develop a greater awareness of your perceptions and challenge any illusions that arise. For example, if you catch yourself idealizing a friend, take a moment to reflect on their actions and behavior to gain a more balanced perspective. Prioritize authenticity. Strive for authenticity in your relationships by encouraging others to be their true selves. When both parties feel comfortable being vulnerable, it fosters a deeper connection rooted in reality. For instance, if you're in a romantic relationship, create an environment where both partners can express their thoughts and feelings openly without fear of judgment. This authenticity can lead to a more profound understanding and appreciation of one another. Moving forward with clarity. In conclusion, the journey of navigating reality versus illusions in relationships is essential for fostering meaningful connections. By actively recognizing illusions, engaging in self-reflection, and embracing open communication, you can cultivate relationships that are rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. The Stoics remind us that facing the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, is the path to personal growth and emotional resilience. As you reflect on your relationships, consider how you can foster an environment that prioritizes reality over illusion. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and allow it to guide you in nurturing positive, fulfilling connections that stand the test of time. By doing so, you will not only enhance your relationships but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and fulfillment in your life. 7. The non-negotiables, values, and reciprocity. In the realm of human relationships, values and reciprocity are fundamental non-negotiables that determine the quality and longevity of connections. Our values shape our identities, guide our decisions, and influence how we interact with others. When relationships align with our core values, they become sources of strength and fulfillment. Conversely, when they conflict with our values, they can lead to discontent and frustration. Understanding the importance of values and reciprocity in relationships is essential for cultivating meaningful bonds that enhance our lives. Defining values in relationships. Values are deeply held beliefs that guide our behavior and choices. They encompass various aspects, including honesty, integrity, kindness, and respect. For example, if one of your core values is honesty, you will likely seek relationships characterized by open communication and transparency. This alignment fosters trust and understanding, creating a solid foundation for lasting connections. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This quote highlights the significance of aligning our thoughts and actions with our values. In relationships, this alignment not only enhances our well-being but also influences the dynamics we create with others. When we engage with individuals who share our values, we foster a sense of belonging and mutual respect. The importance of reciprocity. Reciprocity is the principle of mutual exchange and support in relationships. It signifies that both parties contribute to the relationship's health and sustainability. For example, in a friendship, reciprocity might involve celebrating each other's successes, providing emotional support during tough times, and engaging in shared activities. When both individuals actively participate in nurturing the relationship, it strengthens the bond and fosters a sense of partnership. Seneca aptly stated, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." This wisdom can be applied to the concept of reciprocity. Sometimes we fear that expressing our needs or expectations may lead to conflict. However, embracing reciprocity encourages open dialogue and fosters a supportive environment where both parties feel valued. Recognizing value conflicts. Value conflicts can arise in any relationship, leading to misunderstandings and frustration. For instance, if one partner places a high value on independence while the other prioritizes togetherness, this disparity can create tension. The partner who values independence may feel suffocated by the other's desire for constant connection, while the partner who values togetherness may perceive the other as distant or disengaged. Recognizing these value conflicts is crucial for addressing them constructively. Engaging in open conversations about each person's values can lead to greater understanding and compromise. For example, a couple might establish a routine that allows for both quality time together and individual pursuits, honoring each partner's values and needs. The role of communication in upholding values. Effective communication is vital for upholding values and ensuring reciprocity in relationships. When individuals feel comfortable expressing their values and expectations, it fosters clarity and reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings. For instance, if you value kindness and find that a friend frequently makes hurtful jokes, it's essential to communicate how this affects you. Using I statements can be a powerful way to express your feelings without placing blame. For example, instead of saying, "You always make fun of me," you might say, "I feel hurt when jokes are made at my expense." This approach encourages open dialogue and allows the other person to understand your perspective. Epictetus wisely said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This serves as a reminder that how we communicate our values is just as important as the values themselves. By approaching conversations with respect and an open heart, we foster an environment where reciprocity can thrive. Navigating value discrepancies. In any relationship, it's inevitable that value discrepancies will arise. Navigating these differences requires empathy, understanding, and a willingness to find common ground. For example, consider a situation where two friends have differing views on political issues. While one friend might value activism and advocacy, the other may prioritize personal privacy and disengagement from political discussions. To maintain a healthy friendship, both individuals must recognize and respect each other's values. They can agree to focus on shared interests, allowing their friendship to flourish despite differing opinions. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By choosing to focus on mutual respect and understanding, they can cultivate a positive relationship that transcends their differences. The consequences of ignoring values and reciprocity. Ignoring values and reciprocity in relationships can lead to significant emotional distress and dissatisfaction. When individuals feel their values are compromised, it can result in feelings of resentment and frustration. For example, if you frequently compromise your values to please a partner who does not share your beliefs, you may begin to feel disconnected and unfulfilled. Seneca stated, "A good character, when established, is the source of happiness." This highlights the importance of staying true to one's values in cultivating fulfilling relationships. When you allow your values to be overshadowed, you risk sacrificing your sense of self and well-being. Moreover, neglecting reciprocity can create imbalances in relationships, leading to feelings of being taken for granted. For instance, if one person consistently gives while the other takes without offering support in return, it can lead to feelings of exhaustion and resentment. This imbalance can ultimately erode the relationship's foundation. Embracing values and reciprocity. To foster healthy relationships grounded in values and reciprocity, consider the following practical steps. Identify your core values. Take time to reflect on what matters most to you. Write down your core values and consider how they align with your current relationships. This self-awareness can help you identify areas where adjustments may be necessary. Communicate your values. Openly share your values with those you care about. For example, if honesty is a core value for you, express its importance in your relationships. This transparency fosters understanding and creates an environment where others feel comfortable sharing their values as well. Set boundaries. Establishing boundaries is essential for honoring your values. If you find yourself in situations that compromise your beliefs, communicate your limits clearly. For instance, if a friend frequently pressures you to engage in activities that conflict with your values, assertively express your discomfort and suggest alternative plans. Cultivate reciprocity. Actively work to create a balanced dynamic in your relationships. This can involve expressing appreciation for the efforts of others, offering support in times of need, and ensuring that both parties contribute to the relationship's health. For example, if a colleague helps you with a project, take the time to thank them and offer your assistance in return. Be open to growth. Recognize that values may evolve over time. Be willing to engage in discussions about changing beliefs and find ways to adapt together. Embrace the idea that growth often involves reevaluating values and adjusting expectations. Moving forward with integrity. In summary, values and reciprocity are non-negotiables in nurturing healthy relationships. By understanding the significance of these principles and actively working to uphold them, you create a foundation for meaningful connections that enrich your life. The Stoics remind us that our relationships should align with our values and support our growth. As you reflect on your connections, consider how you can foster an environment that prioritizes mutual respect and reciprocity. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and allow it to guide you in nurturing relationships that honor your values while fostering reciprocity. By doing so, you will not only enhance your relationships but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and fulfillment in your life. 8. Addressing abuse and failed communication. In the complex landscape of human relationships, the issues of abuse and failed communication represent significant challenges that can undermine emotional well-being and personal growth. Recognizing and addressing these issues is crucial for maintaining healthy connections and ensuring that individuals feel safe, valued, and respected. The Stoic philosophy provides valuable insights into managing these difficult dynamics, emphasizing the importance of self-awareness, courage, and the pursuit of virtue. Understanding abuse in relationships. Abuse can take many forms: emotional, physical, verbal, or psychological, and it is characterized by a pattern of behavior that seeks to exert power and control over another individual. Emotional abuse, for instance, may involve constant criticism, manipulation, or intimidation, while physical abuse is more overt, involving harm or threats of harm. Regardless of the form it takes, abuse is detrimental and unacceptable in any relationship. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, stated, "No one can be free who is not master of himself." This quote underlines the need for individuals to take control of their circumstances, especially in abusive situations. Recognizing that you deserve to be treated with dignity and respect is the first step toward reclaiming your power in the face of abuse. The impact of abuse on individuals. The effects of abuse can be profound and long-lasting. Victims of emotional or physical abuse often experience a range of psychological consequences, including anxiety, depression, and diminished self-esteem. For example, someone who has been subjected to constant verbal belittling may internalize these negative messages, leading to feelings of worthlessness and hopelessness. Moreover, the trauma of abuse can create a cycle of dependence where individuals feel trapped in their relationships due to fear, guilt, or a sense of obligation. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This truth is particularly relevant for those experiencing abuse. Recognizing that you have the ability to change your situation is crucial for breaking free from harmful dynamics. Recognizing signs of abuse. Awareness is key to addressing abuse in relationships. Here are some signs that may indicate an abusive dynamic. Constant criticism. If a partner frequently belittles your efforts, dismisses your opinions, or undermines your self-worth, this is a form of emotional abuse. For example, if you share an accomplishment with a partner only to be met with sarcasm or disinterest, it can create a toxic environment that erodes your confidence. Isolation. Abusers often seek to isolate their victims from friends and family. If you find that someone is discouraging you from spending time with loved ones or monitoring your interactions with others, this is a significant warning sign. Isolation can further entrench the power dynamic, leaving the victim feeling alone and unsupported. Manipulation and guilt. Emotional abusers frequently use guilt and manipulation to control their victims. For instance, a partner might say, "If you really loved me, you would do this for me," to pressure you into compliance. This tactic undermines your autonomy and fosters dependence. Threats and intimidation. Any form of physical violence, threats of harm, or intimidation is a clear indication of an abusive relationship. It is essential to take these threats seriously and prioritize your safety above all else. Inconsistent behavior. An abuser may alternate between affection and aggression, creating a confusing environment. This inconsistency can leave victims feeling as though they are walking on eggshells, constantly trying to avoid triggering negative reactions. The importance of communication. Failed communication often exacerbates issues in relationships, particularly in the context of abuse. Open and honest dialogue is essential for addressing misunderstandings and resolving conflicts. However, in abusive relationships, communication can be fraught with fear and anxiety. To foster effective communication, it is crucial to create a safe space where both parties can express their thoughts and feelings without fear of retaliation. For example, if you feel comfortable discussing your concerns with a partner, approach the conversation calmly and assertively. You might say, "I feel hurt when you criticize me, and I would like to discuss how we can communicate more positively." As Epictetus advised, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This principle underscores the importance of taking control of your responses in communication. By articulating your feelings and needs, you empower yourself to navigate difficult conversations with greater confidence. Setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is essential for addressing abuse and failed communication. Boundaries communicate your limits and expectations, allowing others to understand how you wish to be treated. For instance, if a partner frequently raises their voice during arguments, it is vital to establish a boundary by saying, "I need to have calm discussions. If this continues, I will need to step away from the conversation." Establishing boundaries is an act of self-respect and self-care. As Seneca stated, "Respect yourself if you wish to be respected." By setting clear boundaries, you communicate that you will not tolerate disrespectful behavior, which is crucial for maintaining your emotional well-being. The courage to seek help. Addressing abuse requires courage, particularly when it involves seeking help. Many individuals in abusive relationships may feel isolated or ashamed, leading them to believe that they must endure the situation alone. However, reaching out for support is a vital step toward reclaiming your power and finding a path to healing. Consider confiding in trusted friends or family members about your experiences. Their support can provide validation and encouragement as you navigate this challenging time. Additionally, seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor can offer valuable tools and strategies for coping with the emotional aftermath of abuse. The Stoics emphasize the importance of seeking wisdom from others. As Epictetus noted, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. A therapist can provide an objective perspective and help you gain insights into your relationship dynamics, empowering you to make informed decisions. Embracing your freedom. Ultimately, addressing abuse and failed communication is about reclaiming your freedom and autonomy. Recognize that you have the right to be treated with dignity and respect in all your relationships. The Stoics teach us that freedom is not merely the absence of constraints, but the ability to make choices aligned with our values and well-being. If you find yourself in an abusive relationship, it is essential to prioritize your safety and emotional health above all else. Consider developing a safety plan, which may include identifying a trusted friend or family member to confide in, seeking professional support, and exploring options for leaving the relationship if necessary. Moving forward with resilience. In conclusion, addressing abuse and failed communication requires self-awareness, courage, and the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. By recognizing the signs of abuse, fostering open communication, and establishing boundaries, you can take proactive steps to reclaim your power and well-being. As you navigate the complexities of relationships, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. You have the power to shape your reality and make choices that align with your values. Embrace your freedom, seek support when needed, and prioritize your emotional health. In doing so, you can cultivate relationships that honor your dignity and contribute positively to your journey of personal growth. 9. Seeking tranquility in connections. In a world filled with chaos and uncertainty, the quest for tranquility is paramount for emotional well-being. Relationships can either enhance our sense of peace or contribute to stress and turmoil. Understanding how to cultivate tranquility in our connections is essential for maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. The Stoics believed that tranquility arises from living in accordance with nature, embracing authenticity, and fostering harmonious relationships. In this section, we will explore the importance of seeking tranquility in connections, practical strategies for achieving it, and the profound impact it can have on our overall well-being. The nature of tranquility. Tranquility is characterized by a state of calmness, peace, and emotional stability. It allows individuals to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. In relationships, tranquility manifests as a sense of security, understanding, and mutual respect. When we cultivate tranquility in our connections, we create an environment where both parties can thrive emotionally and spiritually. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. This quote emphasizes that tranquility is an internal state that can be cultivated regardless of external circumstances. By focusing on our thoughts, reactions, and the nature of our relationships, we can create a peaceful environment that fosters growth and connection. The importance of seeking tranquility. Enhances emotional well-being. Seeking tranquility in relationships contributes to emotional stability. When individuals feel safe and understood in their connections, they are more likely to experience positive emotions and resilience. For instance, a supportive friendship can provide a sense of comfort during times of stress, allowing individuals to navigate challenges with greater ease. Reduces stress and anxiety. Cultivating tranquility can significantly reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. In relationships marked by conflict or negativity, individuals may feel overwhelmed and drained. Conversely, relationships that promote tranquility create a sanctuary where individuals can recharge and find solace. For example, spending time with a friend who encourages mindfulness and relaxation can help alleviate the pressures of daily life. Fosters personal growth. Tranquility in relationships opens the door for personal growth and self-discovery. When individuals feel supported and valued, they are more likely to explore their passions, pursue their goals, and engage in self-reflection. A partner who encourages you to pursue your interests fosters an environment where you can flourish. Strengthens bonds. Relationships characterized by tranquility are often more resilient. When both parties prioritize emotional well-being and mutual respect, they create a strong foundation for lasting connections. For instance, couples who practice active listening and open communication are better equipped to navigate challenges and deepen their emotional bond. Recognizing turbulence in connections. To seek tranquility, it is essential to recognize when relationships are causing turbulence. Here are some signs that a connection may be disrupting your peace. Constant conflict. If you find that interactions with a particular person are marked by frequent arguments or misunderstandings, this is a significant warning sign. For example, if a family member consistently brings up past grievances during discussions, it can create an atmosphere of tension and negativity. Emotional drainage. If you consistently feel exhausted after spending time with someone, it may indicate that the relationship is not serving your well-being. For instance, if a friend often complains without seeking solutions, you may leave each interaction feeling depleted. Lack of support. Relationships should foster mutual support and encouragement. If you feel that someone in your life is not invested in your well-being or achievements, it can lead to feelings of isolation and disconnection. For example, a partner who dismisses your accomplishments may hinder your motivation and self-esteem. Manipulation. If you notice that someone frequently uses guilt or manipulation to control your actions, this dynamic can create significant emotional turmoil. Recognizing manipulative behaviors is essential for reclaiming your power and seeking healthier connections. Strategies for cultivating tranquility. Once you've identified turbulent dynamics, the next step is to cultivate tranquility in your relationships. Here are several practical strategies to help you achieve a state of calmness and peace. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for cultivating tranquility. By being present in the moment and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can create a sense of inner calm. For example, before engaging in a potentially difficult conversation, take a few deep breaths and center yourself. This practice can help you approach the discussion with clarity and composure. Set healthy boundaries. Establishing clear boundaries is essential for maintaining emotional well-being. Communicate your limits and expectations to others, ensuring that they understand how you wish to be treated. For instance, if a friend frequently interrupts you during conversations, express your desire for respectful dialogue. Setting boundaries reinforces your commitment to your own tranquility. Engage in open communication. Open and honest communication is vital for fostering tranquility in relationships. When both parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and feelings, misunderstandings can be addressed and conflicts can be resolved. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a friend's constant need for support, discuss your feelings openly to find a balance that honors both of your needs. Cultivate gratitude. Practicing gratitude can significantly enhance your sense of tranquility. Take time to reflect on the positive aspects of your relationships and express appreciation for the people in your life. For example, you might send a heartfelt message to a friend expressing gratitude for their support during a challenging time. This practice not only reinforces positive dynamics but also fosters a sense of fulfillment. Seek support. If you find yourself struggling to cultivate tranquility in your relationships, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor. Professional guidance can provide valuable tools for navigating complex emotions and dynamics. A therapist can help you explore your feelings, develop coping strategies, and gain insights into your relationships. Embracing inner peace. Ultimately, seeking tranquility in connections is about embracing inner peace and creating an environment that nurtures your emotional well-being. The Stoics understood that our relationships should align with our values and contribute positively to our lives. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By focusing on nurturing healthy connections and prioritizing tranquility, you can create a life filled with fulfillment and joy. As you navigate your relationships, reflect on how you can foster tranquility in your connections. Embrace the Stoic principles of mindfulness, open communication, and gratitude, and allow them to guide you in nurturing positive, uplifting relationships. By doing so, you will not only enhance your connections but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and fulfillment in your life. In summary, the journey toward tranquility in relationships requires conscious effort and self-reflection. By recognizing turbulence, setting healthy boundaries, and engaging in open communication, you can create an environment that promotes emotional well-being. Seek support when needed and prioritize relationships that honor your values and contribute positively to your life. Embracing tranquility in connections is a powerful step toward living a fulfilling and harmonious life. 10. Moving forward with clarity. In the journey of life, clarity is a vital component that allows us to navigate our relationships and personal growth effectively. It involves understanding our values, recognizing the dynamics at play in our connections, and making informed decisions that align with our well-being. The Stoics emphasized the importance of clarity as a means to cultivate wisdom and virtue in our lives. In this section, we will explore the significance of moving forward with clarity in relationships, practical strategies for achieving this clarity, and the profound impact it can have on our overall well-being. The importance of clarity in relationships. Clarity in relationships refers to the understanding of one's feelings, needs, and boundaries, as well as an awareness of the dynamics present in those connections. When we move forward with clarity, we are better equipped to make decisions that honor our well-being and align with our values. Here are some key reasons why clarity is essential. Enhances decision-making. Clarity allows us to make informed decisions based on our values and priorities. For instance, if you recognize that a friendship is draining your energy and conflicting with your goals, you can choose to distance yourself or address the issues directly. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the things you think about determine the quality of your mind. By fostering clarity, you empower yourself to make choices that enhance your emotional well-being. Promotes healthy boundaries. When we are clear about our needs and boundaries, we can communicate them effectively to others. This communication fosters mutual respect and understanding in our relationships. For example, if a colleague frequently interrupts you during meetings, expressing your need for respectful dialogue can help establish boundaries that improve the working relationship. Facilitates conflict resolution. Clarity enables us to address conflicts constructively. When we understand our feelings and the dynamics at play, we can engage in open and honest conversations that lead to resolution. For instance, if you have a disagreement with a partner, approaching the discussion with clarity about your feelings and needs can create a safe space for dialogue. Encourages personal growth. Clarity allows us to reflect on our relationships and identify areas for personal growth. When we understand the impact of our connections on our well-being, we can take proactive steps to cultivate healthier dynamics. For example, recognizing that a particular friend consistently undermines your self-esteem can prompt you to reassess that relationship and seek more supportive connections. Strategies for achieving clarity. Achieving clarity in relationships requires intentional effort and self-reflection. Here are several practical strategies to help you move forward with clarity. Engage in self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your feelings, needs, and values. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this process. Write down your thoughts about your relationships, noting any patterns or recurring emotions. Consider questions like, what do I value most in my relationships? Are there connections that consistently cause me stress or anxiety? How do I feel after spending time with certain individuals? By engaging in self-reflection, you can gain insights into your relationships and identify areas for improvement. Communicate openly. Open communication is essential for fostering clarity in relationships. When you express your thoughts and feelings candidly, you create an environment where others feel comfortable doing the same. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a friend's constant need for support, communicate your feelings honestly. Saying something like, I value our friendship, but I need some time to recharge, establishes clarity about your needs. Seek feedback. Sometimes we may be too close to a situation to see it clearly. Seeking feedback from trusted friends or family members can provide valuable perspectives. For instance, if you're unsure about the dynamics of a friendship, discussing your feelings with a trusted friend can help you gain clarity on the situation. They may offer insights that you hadn't considered and help you make informed decisions. Set clear boundaries. Establishing clear boundaries is crucial for maintaining clarity in relationships. Communicate your limits and expectations to others, ensuring that they understand how you wish to be treated. For example, if a family member consistently makes unsolicited comments about your life choices, kindly express that you prefer to keep certain topics private. Setting boundaries reinforces your commitment to your own well-being and fosters mutual respect. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for cultivating clarity. By being present in the moment and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can develop a greater awareness of your relationships. For example, if you notice feelings of anxiety arising during a social gathering, take a moment to breathe deeply and ground yourself. This mindfulness practice can help you approach your interactions with greater clarity and calmness. Embracing change and growth. Moving forward with clarity often involves embracing change and growth. As we gain insights into our relationships, we may find that certain connections no longer serve our well-being. The Stoics understood that change is a natural part of life, and they encouraged individuals to embrace it with courage and resilience. Recognize when to let go. Sometimes the most empowering choice is to let go of relationships that no longer align with our values or contribute positively to our lives. For instance, if you find that a friend consistently undermines your confidence, it may be time to reassess that connection. As Epictetus wisely stated, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. By recognizing when to distance yourself from toxic relationships, you reclaim your autonomy and well-being. Focus on personal growth. Clarity allows us to identify areas for personal growth and development. Use the insights gained from self-reflection to set goals for yourself. For example, if you recognize that you struggle with assertiveness in relationships, consider enrolling in a communication skills workshop to develop this essential skill. Embracing personal growth not only enhances your relationships but also contributes to your overall well-being. Celebrate progress. As you move forward with clarity, take time to celebrate your progress. Acknowledge the steps you've taken to cultivate healthier relationships and honor your values. This practice reinforces your commitment to personal growth and encourages you to continue seeking clarity in your connections. Moving forward with confidence. In summary, moving forward with clarity is essential for nurturing healthy relationships and fostering personal growth. By engaging in self-reflection, communicating openly, seeking feedback, and establishing boundaries, you can create an environment that prioritizes mutual respect and understanding. The Stoics remind us that clarity empowers us to make informed decisions that align with our values and well-being. As you navigate your relationships, reflect on how you can foster clarity in your connections. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and allow it to guide you in nurturing positive, fulfilling relationships that stand the test of time. By doing so, you will not only enhance your connections but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and fulfillment in your life. Embrace the journey of moving forward with clarity and recognize that it is a powerful step toward creating a life filled with meaningful relationships and personal growth. As we conclude our exploration of Stoic wisdom in the context of relationships, it's essential to reflect on the profound insights we've gathered and how they can empower us to move forward with purpose. Throughout this journey, we have examined the significance of recognizing growth-stifling relationships, navigating negative emotions, understanding the dangers of manipulation and control, and embracing the non-negotiables of values and reciprocity. Each of these themes emphasizes the importance of cultivating connections that enhance our well-being and contribute positively to our lives. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This powerful reminder encourages us to take control of our perceptions and choices in relationships. By focusing on the quality of our connections, we can foster an environment that nurtures our growth and aligns with our values. As you move forward, consider the relationships that uplift and inspire you, and prioritize nurturing those connections. Taking action in your relationships. Moving forward with purpose requires actionable steps. Reflect on the insights gained from our discussions and consider how you can apply them to your relationships. Here are some practical steps to guide you. Assess your current relationships. Take time to evaluate the quality of your connections. Are there relationships that drain your energy or conflict with your values? Identify those that contribute positively to your life and those that may need to be reassessed. Communicate openly. Embrace open communication with those you care about. Express your feelings, needs, and boundaries clearly. This practice fosters mutual understanding and respect, allowing for deeper connections. Set healthy boundaries. Establish and communicate your boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. Boundaries are essential for fostering respect and ensuring that your relationships align with your values. Seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out for help if you find yourself struggling with difficult relationships. Whether through friends, family, or professionals, support can provide valuable insights and guidance on your journey. Practice gratitude. Regularly express gratitude for the positive relationships in your life. Acknowledging the contributions of others reinforces the value of those connections and encourages mutual respect. Embrace change. Recognize that growth often requires change. Be willing to let go of relationships that no longer serve your well-being and embrace new connections that align with your values. An inspirational call to action. As you embark on this journey of moving forward with purpose, remember that the wisdom of the Stoics is a powerful ally. By embracing self-awareness, setting boundaries, and fostering mutual respect, you can cultivate relationships that uplift and inspire you. We invite you to become an active part of the Stoic Vivu community. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful content that bridges ancient Stoic wisdom with contemporary life challenges. Like and share this video with friends and family who may benefit from these teachings. Together, let's create a supportive network that empowers us all to live with purpose, clarity, and resilience. In closing, remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your journey toward healthier relationships and personal growth begins with the choices you make today. Move forward with purpose, and let the principles of Stoicism guide you toward a life filled with meaningful connections and profound fulfillment.